Hi and welcome back to the second module of BIM 360. And in this module number 2, we are learning to create markups, issues, and learn a bit more about revisions. And to do an issues and markups inside the 3D view, and if you forgot how you can navigate to this 3D file here that you see on my screen, please look at the previous module to navigate here. It should be at folder 2.2 inside the architecture model folder. We'll first learn to create issues, and we'll create issues using this panel on the left side. And the first one is markups, the second is issues, and then you have history and levels. Okay, we're going to start with issues before markup, which is slightly different. Issues, click on the exclamation mark, and at the bottom left hand corner you will find a button for creating an issue. So click on that blue button, and at this point in time you need to select a place where you think there's an issue. Okay, so based on your cursor, for example, say maybe I'm going to select on this door, and you can see kind of a yellow bubble appearing. And once you have done that, on the left hand side you need to write kind of a title as a name for the issue. So I can say door wrong material here, maybe. Okay, so I just need you to go inside this 3D view and just highlight on any object's location and just write kind of arbitrary issues just for training purposes. And the useful feature about creating issues in BIM 360 platform is that you can assign to a person. You click on the assign button, and you can see there is actually only myself that I can assign to. And the reason why is because there are actually no other members inside the project. There's a few ways that you can do assignment. You can assign to a single entity. It can be a single company or a single individual. So I can assign this issue to myself, or I can assign to BIMLife. And everybody who is in BIMLife in this project will get a notification if I do so. So most of the time you would try not to assign to a company level. So one other options that you can assign to is by role. You will not be able to see it from here. Why you're not able to see it right now as part of training is because there's no other members. When you start to have multiple people in the team, that's when you can actually kind of assign to roles. What kind of roles do we have? We have BIM managers, we have architects, construction managers, surveyors. So anybody who is, when you're assigning to a role, you can select, for example, you want to assign to all BIM managers. And all BIM managers, regardless you are the consultant side, the contractor side, the subcon side, they will all be notified based off their BIM manager role. So that's also something that you have to take precaution. Most of the time, you will want to assign to an individual, most of the time. But when you assign to an individual, you cannot assign to multiple individuals, but you only can assign to a single individual at a time. But I will later on teach you a method that we can overcome that. But at this point in time, you can just select your name. So you're kind of saying that this issue or this problem over here, I need to fix it. Okay. You can also provide a date here, due date, and we're just going to select maybe 31st. And the rest, I would recommend not to kind of figure out what to put in. For me, the most important two things to fill in is the assignment, who is responsible for the problem, and when the problem should be solved. The first one here, coming back here, you say type design. Normally, I wouldn't recommend going to this drop-down list and figuring out which should be the appropriate type of issue it is. This is only useful if you are kind of more experienced in using BIM 360 across multiple projects. If this is your first project, then I suggest you to leave it as the default option that this issue is a design problem and not any of these problems here. The reason why you can subdivide an issue into a category is because for data analytics, and I think in the first module I told you that for the insights module, you gain insights on what kind of common problems are there. Is it a clash problem most of the time? Is it a design problem most of the time? So by categorizing your issues, you can use the data that is collected over the course of the project to adapt and improvise, be it in the existing or in the next project. You can type in a description here. It can be describing the problem in more detail, or you can provide a solution. Change to darker material with water resistance. So I'm just going to type something arbitrary here and press the create button. Okay, so now it says creating, and once you have created the issue, let's say you are zooming to, you're just moving around the project, or this is the first time you just open the 3D model, and you click on the issue, which is highlighted in the yellow circle, you bring you back to the view and the orientation where the issue was first created from. So just a small tip, just make sure you should kind of zoom in or kind of find the best way to kind of highlight the issue. Make sure it's not too far away when you create the issue, make sure it's not too near, make sure it's not on the opposite side of the project. So these are some things to take note. When you click on the issue, it will always go back to the view that it was created from. Okay, so it was created from this angle when I first created the issue. Issue can have various state. The state that you see now, yellow color, means open. Open means that it's still waiting for solutions, waiting for someone responsible for the issue to solve it. And there's other colors like blue. Blue means answered, that means there's a response to the issue. Okay, so right now what I need to do is just go ahead and create 3 more issues. Okay, so to create more issues, you need to click on this back button first. So whenever you click on this issues panel here, they will list down all the issues that you've seen in your view. Okay, in your 3D view at this point in time. So there's only one, and we're going to create a second one. I'm going to select the door at the other side, and I'm going to type the same thing, wrong door material, and assign to myself again. But this time maybe just select a different date. Follow same material throughout. And just press the create button. Okay, so there's 2 issues. So you can see multiple issues at the time on the 3D screen, or you can see the list of issue on the left side under this panel called the issues panel, item number 1, item number 2. And we're going to create maybe last one here. And I'm going to type in here slope angle too steep. Assign to myself, and under due date, select a different date again, and this will be changed to 5 degrees slope. Okay, so just create any kind of issues that you want. We're just kind of going through this exercise. It might not be, something that makes sense, but we're just learning how to use this technology here. So whenever you assign to somebody and you press the create button, it will automatically email the party. So this was created, this BIM 360 account was created using my email account. So when I press this button create, it will immediately send an email to my email notifying that I have a problem that I'm going to solve. And from that email, you can jump directly back to this issue page immediately. Okay, so inside document management, there are so many files and folders, you might not know where the issue is located, but this feature where you allow you to jump direct access from your email to the BIM 360 platform is very useful. And so when you actually open up your email, and there will be kind of a link from your email telling you of the new problem, of the new issue, and you can jump directly to the issue. If you click on that blue link, it will bring you to this screen over here. And once it brings you to this screen, click on the link document. Okay, by doing so, clicking on link document, and it will bring you to the exact view that it was created. So just let's say, log in your email is one step, clicking on the blue button in the email is second step. The third step is clicking on this link document here, and that's three clicks is all you need to get to the issue. So it's going to make it useful for being updated of where the problem arises in the project. Okay, so I'm just going to close the tab here, and so you can see here there is 3 issues that is identified, and all of them can be seen on this panel. And at the same time, you will only want to kind of maybe see issues that are pertaining to you. So in order for you to do that, you can use the filter button here, and you can choose assign to yourself, right? So by doing this step here and press apply, I'm actually filtering issues that only belongs to me. But since I'm the only one in this training file and I assign these 3 issues to myself, this list will look exactly the same. And in case you want to reset, just make sure to click on the reset button, otherwise you might not get to see kind of issues from other people. Okay, so now let's say you have these 3 issues shown here, and you kind of you already know the solution and you already fixed the problem, be it you fix it verbally or you fix it in a BIM model. Okay, you want to give a reply. So in order for you to give a reply, you can click on this, click on open button and click on answered. Okay, once you click on answered, you can give a response, issue solved, and then as you maybe can put in any kind of information that you want to. So I just want to put a date. There's different procedures. It's not a must to put a date, but I'm just going to leave it here. Or in fact, let's not put a date here. I'm just going to say issue solved here, and I'm going to show you maybe later where you can get the date information from. Okay, so I'm just going to put answer, press done. It will change to blue. Blue means is the issue is responded to, and there will going to be an admin, okay, who is supposed to close this issue. And the reason why I say so is because just because it's blue and it's responded by doesn't mean that it's approved. Okay, we always need the initiator or the project admin to close this issue, to say that, oh, the solution that you provided is workable, is accepted, is approved, and therefore we can close the issue. Okay, so there's 3 steps. The first person is to initiate, the second person respond, the third person, which is most likely the first person who is the initiator or can be a project admin, can review the response, and he has 2 options. He can either open again, meaning that the solution was not complete, or you need more time to review it. That's when you select open. But if the response is appropriate and is carried out, you might want to close the issue using the close button here. Okay, so for this instance, this is an easy issue to solve and it has been solved. So right now, as a project admin, you can approve issue and close here. And solution approved and accepted, or orders to carry out. Press done. So that is the closure of an issue. You cannot close an issue if you are just a member of the problem. You can close issue if you are a project admin. A project admin can close any issues. A project admin can open any issues. So project admin has some kind of privileges. They can open any kind of issues. They can close any kind of issues, irregardless of whether they are responsible for the problem. Okay, so they have multiple roles within this document management module here. And if you are a member, you can create issues, and you will be allowed to close issues as well, but you cannot close issues from other people. So that's the limitation there. And just now I mentioned to you that we can track the date, so we don't need to put the date in the comments. So the way to track the activity is this button here. So when you click on the activity panel, you can see BIM 360 actually records the date down, and this was when the issue was created, 7:33 p.m. and 7:44 it was a quick reply, a quick response, a solution was given. And at 7:40 7:46 here, that the initiator or the project admin has decided that the solution was acceptable and decided to close the issue at 7:46. So you can see all these are being tracked by BIM 360. You do not need to type in the date and time by yourself or manually. That's not necessary. You can attach external documents here if you want to let's say I want to change the materials here. I can provide a drawing, a PDF, a PNG, an image file, a Word document, Excel file. You can include them as attachment if necessary to explain your problem or explain your solution here under the attachment portion. Okay. So the issue can not only be created in the 3D environment. We are going to go to a task panel to create the issues. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. You click on the X button first. You can see here this tab called Issues. So these issues, you can create issues that are non-model related. Okay, so for example, I want to create issue. The issue button is actually on the right side, create issue. And I'm going to say floor tiles selection and assign to myself, put a date here. You can link to a particular file inside BIM 360. So you click on this, you can see that you can actually kind of assign this to a particular file. So as I mentioned, you might not want to assign issue based off a file, you just want to create a general issue. Okay, so if you want to create a general issue that does not reflect or refers to any drawings, then you do not need to link it to any documents here. Description, meeting needed for material selection. So create. So this issue that we created, they do not have a circle, they do not have a bubble appearing anywhere in any views. And this is how you create an issue that is not tied out to any drawings and not tied out to a BIM model. Okay, you must come to this issues panel here to do that. And the filter button is also available here, not only in the 3D view. Assign to, like here, maybe I want to solve issues that are before November or 24 to November 3. You can see they kind of filter down the issues for you. If you want to, you can click on it, and then under the link document, click on link document here, and it will bring you back to the document. So instead of kind of navigating your way around the cloud platform, massive number of photos and files, you can just click on link document. It will load up the exact issue, orientation and viewpoint. So you just give it some time. So very useful feature here. So we'll end off this video, and I'll see you in the next one where we kind of elaborate more on creating not only issues but to create markups as well as revisions